I'm Laurie Bell with Bell Pest Control. I'm president.
I'm Scott Bell. I'm king of the universe, also known as marketing director.
Because I'm more of the visionary. I'm more of the visionary. I come up with the ideas, and then I go to the team and say, this is where I want to go, and let's make it happen. Let's talk about it and flesh it out and see how it can happen. So that's kind of how we've done it. And then Scott because he has such background and experience, so much more than me, this is where I rely on him.
One of the ways that I use CallSource is I take a look every Monday morning. I pull up calls. I look for if there's a struggle, if I'm walking through the office. I make a note of when that call took place, and I'll go back and listen to it and figure out where the call went right and where it went wrong. And, was it the employee misunderstanding? Was it the employee being impatient? One of the cool things that we do is we use the data for staffing. And we found that for us, our busiest time was Tuesday in the afternoon. And so by being able to take a look and say, hey, look, we're not going to set meetings on Tuesday afternoons because that's our busiest time and a manager's out when they should be on the floor and be able to answer questions. It really does help make better business decisions. I'm a big data person, so I'll take a look at information and figure out where the best ad spend is. And so since we use the dedicated ID lines, the DIDs, we're able to take and look and say, where are these phone calls coming from? And we could take a look at the campaign. And I use the rule that if something's not really happening within 2 weeks, 14 days, then there's probably a problem with the advertisement or the rep. And I'm able to go back and hold whoever accountable and say, what's going on with this ad? If it's a digital ad, I'm usually within 72 hours. If it's print, there's a little bit of a time lag. And so I'm able to take the information and say, hey, look, okay, are the calls coming in? And if the call's coming in, why are they not being closed? If the dial's happening, the office is getting the call, now I got to take a look, is it the employee? And so the scoring allows for me to take a look and say, is the employee doing what they're supposed to do to make the lead happen? So the cool thing is it's a symbiotic relationship. We take the information and we are able to verify, are the vendors doing what they're able to say to do? Because sometimes the marketers like to fudge the numbers, so to speak, and say, hey, we got you 100 leads when it was like really got you 6. And being able to take the information and compare, there's usually a little bit of a variance, and figure 2 or 3 calls out of 100 is not bad. But like there's been times where I've had a vendor come to me and they were off by about 40 leads, and I was able to go, hey, time out, I'm looking at my numbers, your numbers are off. And sure enough, it was them and not CallSource. One of the things that I really like about coaching is when I'm in the office, I'm Scott, I'm the bad guy. And when the call center is on the phone with the coaching program, they're the coach, they're the trainer. They don't look at him as a bad person. They look at him as help. And so it really does help out to have a third party there to validate the information and do the coaching and the training.
What I want to say about our front office is they are the ones that take the heat. So someone calls up and is extremely rude with them and will sometimes make them cry. This is the world that we're living in. And they end up taking that emotion to the next person who didn't have anything to do with it. So CallSource helps take that emotion out of that and be able to transition from that was then, this is now, and help the person on that phone move forward and not carry that through the whole day. That is so important in today. That is so important.
Either way, you're going to pay for the service by people not doing the job right, which is going to cost you more, or you can have the pros take care of you and just get it done right the first time. So if you have a service that you have employees that take phone calls, absolutely, I would say have CallSource take a look at it for you.
So with CallSource, real people, real solutions. Yes!